So this one here is the distiller I am using at the moment. So I'm going to make a comprehensive video. I'm going to talk about different things, why I have a distiller and the basics of how to look after it. So what I have here at the moment is there are actually two different two different brands. So this one here is the Make Water Pure, the boiling chamber and the condenser, Make Water Pure. The jug is from a different brand, which is the Mega Home distiller, and the cable is also a Mega Home cable, which is compatible with the Make Water Pure distiller. They are both 4 liters, so the glass is 4 liter capacity, and the boiling chamber of this particular Make Water Pure distiller is also 6 liter. Make Water Pure have got a new distiller now available, 6 liters, but this one is a 4 liter capacity. So as you can see, this, like I said, the cable is compatible. The Mega Home cable is compatible with Make Water Pure, and also the glass jug of the Mega Home is compatible. The only difference is that it needs to be a bit taller. So this is a chopping board. Chopping board I had in the kitchen, or bits of it, is about 5 millimeters, and that has made it just the right height there. So now I'm going to, all the weights you see there are what I use like every day. This is in my bedroom. That's where I've been using it lately, the distiller, in my bedroom, in just one flat floor space in my bedroom, next to my weights, as you can see there. So I decided to make a video here to show you all the different locations where you can actually use a countertop distiller. So it doesn't have to be the countertop of a kitchen. You can put it anywhere where there's floor space, literally. So, and in the winter, it's benefit to having it in the winter in a bedroom, let's say, because it warms up the room, because there's a lot of heat being generated in the boiling chamber, and also air goes in here and comes up on top, warm when it cools down the pipe that is there in the middle. So there's the fan there, and I don't know if you can see the coil in there with steam that gets cooled down. So, and also I also add my Himalayan salt to the jug. So I'll put 1 or 2 pinches of coarse Himalayan rock salt into the jug, and then initiate the distillation process. So when the distilled water falls on top of the rock crystals, and it dissolves them as it gets filled up. And so now I'm going to show you what is left at the bottom of this boiling chamber after distilling 4 liters of London tap water. Now I always start with a clean distiller, so I clean my distiller after every use. The reason being is because I don't want all that sludge to be cooked every time that I use the distiller, so I want to keep it as clean as possible. And also it increases the efficiency, because if you have lots of scale built up on top of the heating element at the bottom there, then it takes a lot more energy to warm up the water. So let me just open this now. Now there's a very bad gas that comes out of this when I open it. It stinks real bad. So I always open the windows or do this in a well ventilated area, because I don't want to breathe that. So there is what you can see. That's what's left. after distilling 4 liters of London tap water. Now, like I said, I do start always with a clean distiller, so everything you see here is just from 4 liters. Now, one thing about these make water pure distillers is that they evaporate all the water, whereas the mega home distillers, they allow a little bit of water at the bottom, like half an inch or so, 1 centimeter. It switches off, so it doesn't get burned. As you can see there, all the browning, that's all the sludge has been burned from the heat. So what I do with this to clean it typically is I'll put a little bit of water. I go to the sink, I'll put a little bit of water there, and I would scrub it. I'll give it a scrub with a steel wool. So I'm gonna try and do that now. See if I'll get some water and do a bit of scrubbing, so you can see, because you cannot fully see all the gunk that is in there unless you scrub it. I'll do that now, 1 second. Alright, so I put it on a tripod there. So basically I just pour a bit of water, as you can see there. Pour a bit of water and then scrub it. Turn it around. All the sides. I'm going to show you the water now. It's pretty dramatic, but I can see there now. Yeah, it's bad. It is bad. That's what happens to the water once you scrub it. So you can see all the sides of it are clean, and that's what it looks like. It's proper sludge. Now the reason the water is like this is because in London, as in many other cities, developed cities, they recycle the water. So the water you flush down the toilet, they supposedly clean it, and then they send it back to your kitchen tap and they tell you it's good to drink. Now at the moment there's a health crisis apparently. The government and the politicians and the mainstream media, they're very concerned about this crisis that is going on. Some virus apparently, so we're told. And they're very concerned about us. They say stay at home. Doesn't matter if the economy gets crushed, because your health is more important, they say. They're very concerned about our health. It's not that they're trying to hide something like a financial crisis that they caused and they're trying to blame it on the virus. They're just concerned about our health, don't you know? They're very concerned. And at the same time they give us this to drink. I don't know about you, but me personally, I don't think they are too concerned about our health. Because if they were concerned about our health, they wouldn't give us this to drink. Like in some countries, like Israel, for example, they desalinate salt water. Now, if you desalinate salt water, all you have to worry about salt in the water. So you get the salt out. There's no sludge there. The water is not pooed and peed on and flushed down the toilet and then brought back in your kitchen sink. Desalination is they filter the water, seawater, and then they bring it into the kitchen tap, which is clean water basically. Now, countries which are landlocked countries, they are forced, like Belgium for example, countries like that, they are forced to desalinate because they've got no oceans and seas to get the water from. But you come to London in Great Britain, there's the country is surrounded by water, and yet for some reason the politicians they give this to drink to the people. They don't want to desalinate water from the oceans. So, and they tell you to wear a mask. Doesn't matter how many masks you put on. It's not going to do any good when you drink this, is it, mate? So, anyways, so this is the reason why I distill my water. And so I'll just go to the sink and dump this in the sink, and then rinse it. And then what I will do is get vinegar, any type of cheap vinegar. You can see Sainsbury's 50p, and once that is clean, and I'll have to dump it out. I'll have to dump it so I can show it clearly. 1 second. Alright, so I'm at the sink now, so I'm going to dump it. There it is, same sludge you saw earlier. I'll dump it here now. Just mud. Look at that. So, alright, so I'm back in the room now. So I dumped that sludge in the sink, and I gave it a quick rinse. And now to finish off the cleaning process, I'll get a little bit of vinegar. I love these bottles with a hole at the top, and you can just squeeze the vinegar on the sides of it. So you want to wet the sides of the distiller with the vinegar, and a little bit in the middle. And so that's how much it is. Now the Mega Home, it doesn't have this type of shape at the bottom. It's like flat. The Make Water Pure has got this groove going around it, maybe to house the heating element. So I tend to put enough vinegar to soak the top part there as well, the surface. And then I'll just put the condenser on top, and then I'll store it away. I'll leave it like that until the next time that I need to use it. Usually, say if you leave it like that for 1 hour, it will dissolve all the remaining scale. So you can see, I don't know if you noticed, there's a little bit of all that there, a little bit of scale there, that will all be broken down by the vinegar. It takes about 1 hour for vinegar to do that, maybe 2 hours. But if you leave it overnight, or 12 hours in my case, obviously vinegar does a better job. Now, if you're wondering about these writings on top here, this is when I bought this top condenser, because when I bought the Make Water Pure, the condenser stopped working. So after a while, I don't know if it was 2 years or something, I don't remember exactly, I didn't know the date. Here I decided to write so I know how long it's going to last me when it breaks down. So yeah, that's how I use my distiller. And yeah, before I use the water, got one of these big spoons, and I go in there and I stir it up to mix all the Himalayan salt into the water. I know some people like to drink it with no salt added. I like to add salt into it. I think salt is beneficial for our health, so it's a win-win situation. So that's it this time for this video.